Hello, and welcome back to Taste Test with Tarbuck Transom.
NotAVampyre.
You sound less than enthusiastic about what we have to eat right now.
I smelled it and just...
We opened the package so that there wouldn't be the crinkling sound on the mic.
I have a bad feeling about it, and the funny
Got
thing
a
was...
bad feeling about this.
The funny thing was, I was the one that drove us to buy these.
I know.
Jelly Belly Draft Beer Jellybeans. I'm gonna regret this, I know it.
Alright. What is your relationship in the past with, let me look at that. With Jellybeans?
Jellybeans, they are probably my favorite candy. They always...
Really?
Yeah, they were always my yearly, like, around Easter type thing, because that's when Jellybeans are everywhere. Jelly Bellies are my favorite, because there's just so many different flavors, and they're usually spot on with their flavors, which kind of makes me worried about that. I have tried the Harry Potter Jellybeans. That was an interesting experience.
Yeah, and they have dropped the Harry Potter branding from those, but they still make the beans.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. We thought about getting those.
I don't want to do that. That sounds awful.
Well, other than the vomit, it'd be okay.
You want to just like, alright, if we're doing it, then the thing that you have to agree to is you're going to take a handful of those beans and you're going to toss them all.
Oh no.
Throw back an entire handful of every flavor beans.
I might be able to do it, I don't know. I was lucky, as I said, I tried it before, and for the most part it wasn't that horrible an experience, but I didn't try the vomit one. So that's my only concern, and I've seen people try it.
I can tell you it's accurate.
Yeah, and being around vomit makes me want to vomit, and I don't want that. I don't want that. So we'll see. We'll see. But
for you lovers of draft beer, Jelly Belly has crafted a new flavor just for you. So pull up your favorite bar stool and enjoy the authentic taste of a freshly poured draft beer in this new alcohol-free Jelly Bean. Cheers.
Yeah, so for all you non-alcoholics.
All you non-alcoholics.
Well, okay. You want to smell it? You should smell it.
Alright,
the
first thing that we have to do is we've got to look at these things. So they're painted in like gold dust.
Yeah, they're very shiny.
They have a metallic look to them. I don't think it's going to show up on camera, but we'll try to take some...
It looks kind of like, you know, kind of like how the draft beer on the picture look.
Yeah, here. Is that gonna show up? Probably not. In fact, we probably just ruined the autofocus. Okay, so...
Oh, it's on my hand.
The reason that I hated jelly beans as a kid is because I tried to have them like I had other soft candies. I would put it in my mouth and I would suck on it until it disappeared. That is the wrong way to enjoy jelly beans.
How do you even do that? Like
it made me hate jelly beans for a really long time. But what I found out that you have to do, the official Transom endorsed process, is to just toss them in your mouth and then just bite down immediately. It changes the texture profile completely.
That's the only way you eat jelly beans.
You know, since you inflicted this on us, I think we're gonna have you just suck on one until it melts at the end of this episode.
Oh no.
You're shaking the camera.
I'll do it. I'll do it for you guys. But I probably won't enjoy it.
I'm gonna do it too. Actually, I'm not gonna commit to that. I'm not gonna commit to that because I don't know what they taste like yet.
I'll commit to it.
Alright.
As long as it doesn't make me sick.
Now, what is your relationship to beer?
I've not had... No, I did have I did have like a few sips of beer once before. Didn't like it. Figured I don't want to finish this, and just poured out the can and gave the rest to his cousin.
Yeah.
I've had alcohol before. Not super impressed.
Beer always smells amazing.
Yeah.
Beer smells the best.
Yeah, I like the smell of beer, and
it's like not quite bready, but well.
It was sort of fruity bready, sort of.
And it varies from beer to beer because I've had a couple of different kinds of beers. One was I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was from Austria. like the top-notch kind of stuff. My father had it when he was in the military, stationed in Germany during the Cold War. And actually, was it? Yeah, it would have been because I was born in yeah, okay. Okay.
Let me guess, it was like the 80s.
He wasn't that old when I was born, so it had to have been the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's stop distracting ourselves. Smell it.
It's your fault.
It is my
Oh!
fault. Yeah, I know, right? As I was opening it, I got a strong whiff of it, and it's like, no, that's not gonna be good.
That doesn't smell like beer. I like the smell of beer, even if I don't really like the taste of beer.
Up close, it doesn't smell it. Like, from far away, it smells strongly of it.
Oh, wait, I didn't finish my story. Okay, so I've had a couple of kinds of beer. Some of them in the pale side, and I've had at least one stout. Would not recommend stout, but I don't like bitter things for the most part, except for tea. So, I will tell you that if you had one beer, you have not tried all beers. There's like 20 kinds of beer that taste nothing like each other. And that's not even getting into the flavor stuff like Pumpktoberfest, which is really hard to say.
Punktoberfest?
Like pumpkin.
Oh, no.
The pumpkin beer, Pumpktoberfest.
Pumpktober. Okay.
Pumpktoberfest. Alright, you take the first bite. It says this is your fault.
I'm scared.
It smells like if you strung a beer through a dish sponge and then left whatever came out in your pocket for a week. That's what it smells like. And also a little bit like paint and a little bit like cheese that's not cheese anymore. I'm trying to give you guys a visceral feeling of
Not as bad as I thought.
Alright, she's going back for more, but you also finished the bottle of that god-awful ranch dressing soda.
Try it. It's not...
Okay.
It's very lightly tasting, like just a hint of what draft beer would taste like, but not as strong as the smell.
It's still sweet.
Makes you think.
It's still sweet. Have you ever felt like the texture of a jelly bean is like sand? There's like this grainy texture to it.
Yeah, but I never thought sand.
I specifically meant, I can't even remember the name of that island anymore. Alright, so we went to a vacation. When I lived in Texas, we went to like South Padre Island. South Padre Island. They had incredibly fine sand on their beach. Like powdered sugar.
Don't tell me you tasted it.
No, but the fineness of the grains reminds me of this. Okay, I'm gonna try like 2 or 3 at a time. Let's look at that pocket flavor for a while. Like, have you ever stuffed your hand? Well, you wouldn't have, but stuff your hands in your pockets and then just left them there for like 10 hours.
Not 10 hours.
Your hands don't fit in your pockets because they don't make nice pockets for women. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting more jelly bean flavor than anything.
There's a bite, and then there's a second bite, and then there's this sucker punch.
Yeah, I didn't get any sucker punch. Maybe it's just the ones I had.
Although the trailing, like the bass note, way at the end, is quite pleasant. Like that, the trailing kind of grainy, like grains, like.
I'm not getting any sucker punch or any overwhelming feeling or taste. Just more like, jelly bean flavor. There's a tiny hint of like this draft beer.
Well, it's clearly a
but,
pale beer.
Yeah,
On
but
the-
it's
on the
all
cover.
it's mostly just jelly bean.
Okay. Now, here is your challenge. Clear your palate. And I'm going to clear my palate, but with an actual drink.
So you suck both of these at the same time.
You can do it.
Why do you say that?
Nimble?
Nimble?
I'm making a joke at your expense.
It went over my head, so I guess it doesn't matter. You haven't done that in a long time.
It's a very satisfying sound, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, now, just go ahead. It's hard to resist chewing on them, isn't it?
Especially for me, because I chew on everything. I can't have a
Note to the
lollipop.
folks at home.
I can't have a lollipop at all.
Alright, so describe what you're experiencing right now.
The smooth texture is starting to roughen a little bit. I'm getting little hints of the beerish taste, but mostly it's kind of numb. Not really taste at all.
I'm gonna crush one of these and split it open and see what they look like on the inside. Yeah. Okay, that's why it tastes grainy. Here, let's see if we can get the camera to focus on it. There's like the coating comes away in like little crystals. And then there's goo on the inside. It smells better after you break it open, apparently.
You're becoming a very grainy now, but
Yeah, that, see? Oh, wow, that's, like, it's actual sugar. It's just like granular sugar on the inside of that. That's amazing. I'm just gonna set that off to the side now.
yeah, now I'm starting to get jelly bean flavor, but not
Jelly bean flavor.
really much or anything else. A little more hint of draft. Why would you ever think to do this?
Because I was alone. And, like,
What kind of child are you?
you see a thing, you don't know, like, nobody tells you how to eat your food. They just, like, give it to you. And then they, like piss off. And
But you decide the thing to do with this chewy,
I didn't know they were chewy. It was the first time I'd ever had them.
Why did you try it? Why did you try to find it?
Because I'm not that kind of kid. I was not that kind of... I didn't just, like, bite stuff. I would prefer to suck on my suckers. Like, I always got down to the Tootsie part of a Tootsie Pop. And there would just be, like, this tiny little crystalline-looking, like, polished gemstone of a piece of hard candy sticking on one side of it before I would actually bite into that very last little bit. I did not bite down on any of my suckers.
You and I are from two extremely different worlds. I can't go too long without just biting it down.
Chicago and Illinois? Or in Indiana?
I guess. Like,
They're like adjacent places.
I can't even think of people being able to do that. Yeah, now it's starting to become smooth again.
Like, man,
I can't take any bite.
in my past, it got to the granular part where it feels like it's covered in sand, but still has the flavor in it, and I thought, why does anyone do this? Who likes this? And then I spit it out. I didn't get. You've gotten further than I ever have in that style.
Such a fool.
So they're not the worst, but I don't want any more.
I want more. I mean, not for the draft
Here,
flavor.
you can have those, and I'll have these from last episode.
not so much for the draft flavor or smell. I mean, the smell can be rather overwhelming and really discourage you from eating any of these. I mean, if you're up close to it, if you like the smell of draft beer, then smelling it from afar is actually the way to go. But you only get a hint of the flavor in the end, and it's mostly just jelly bean, sugar, like chewy type goo that really dominates it. I would recommend it if you're someone who likes to try weird jelly beans.
They're painted in gold.
Yeah.
You're gonna poop gold after you eat a bag of these.
I hope so. Maybe I could sell it.
What? What the hell?
What, you didn't think of that? I can't be the only one to think if you pooped gold, then...
You've been playing a lot of Binding of Isaac.
No, actually.
That they have gold turds that if you shoot them with your tears, they turn into pennies.
I can't be the only
That's
one...
a really weird sentence.
I can't be the only one who thinks if they started pooping gold, they wouldn't try to sell it or make a profit off of it. Final thoughts?
Never again. No more jelly beans of draft beer.
I don't have any.
I like hard candies.
On the back of my throat. I have no reason to buy these ever again, to be honest. I mean, maybe
this isn't worth money.
Maybe to show someone else, but I like other... There are better flavors of jelly beans out there, and Jelly Bellies, they are rather expensive for jelly beans.
What do you think of the buttered popcorn flavored jelly beans?
I like that.
Get out of my house.
What?
Get out of my house.
Why? What did I do?
This isn't my house.
What? Am I the only one who likes it, or?
Okay, I'm gonna have to try them again at some point because it was back in that era where I was only just sucking on them.
Yeah, you're a bad person for that.
And you're a bad person for liking buttered popcorn flavored jelly beans. Get out.
And apparently a bad person for not liking actual strawberries.
A match made in hell.
Or like vampires.
Good night, everybody.
But, yeah. Well, wait, I didn't get to finish my piece.
Oh, okay.
So Jelly Belly, they are often more on the expensive side for jelly beans, and if I'm gonna spend that money on something, I'm gonna spend it on better jelly beans, like buttered popcorn. Good night, everybody.
You finally get where their reverence comes from. Animaniacs.